the government or your company takes out, and it matches it. Sounds like a great idea, right? But what I've learned in being in finance now is that the 401k is not really all it's cracked up to be. And I think that it's important that we land on this because there's a lot of nurses out there who are there and they are saying, well, my 401k is going to get me through. Girl, I got $2 million. I got $3 million. I've been working as a nurse for 55 years. I got $2 million in, you know, all of this going on. And they don't want to say what is happening right now.
Right.
But we're going to talk about what's happening right now. And what's happening. Oh, thank you so much, Jerry Panny, for following us. Thank you so very much, brother. So, and listen, if you feel the need and we say something that's going to hit that nerve inside you, I want you to follow us because we're out here. We're the ones who are out here in the trenches getting nurses retired or getting them a part-time job that may lead to their full-time career. So with no further ado, I'm going to say that, I said that, but I do want to get and focus in on 401ks and why a lot of nurses feel as if, or people in general, I shouldn't just say nurses, but just people in general who feel as if that their 401k is going to help them, their pension is going to help them. I'm like, okay, so how long do you plan on living on your pension? And they're like, oh, well, you know. So I want Miss Camille Scott Wiles to talk about that. What is what is it about the 401k that is dangerous right now for people retiring?
Oh man. First off, I'm glad you mentioned 401k. We so happen to be in Black History Month. And I think it's important to go back into history to really highlight what the 401k was supposed to be in the first place. It was not meant to replace pension plans. It was not really meant for retirement vehicles. It wasn't at all. It was just another vehicle for a savings, essentially, for employers, for employees, and to give the tax benefits to employers. It wasn't for tax benefits for the employees. It's tax benefits for the employers. So the more employees they have on the 401k system, not only do they save a lot more money because they do not have to do the pension plan, but they get a huge amount of tax incentives for putting as many employees on a 401k as possible. Now, here's the problem. The way the 401k is set up compared to your pensions is vastly different, of course. And all you have to do is look at all the labor disputes that's been going on within the past few months. The dock workers, Amazon employees, UPS, any type of labor strikes that's been going on is because where's the pensions? We want a pension because they know good and well that pensions are way better than 401ks. But there will be no more pensions created. These corporations already know the trick. They already got the key. They've already been allowed to get away with it for so long. The 401k was not designed for retirement structure. It was retired. It was created just for a savings plan, an alternative savings plan for those to defer taxes, or at least be able to put money in there that didn't have to be taxed right away. That was pretty much what it was. So that when they do retire, once they start withdrawing money out, it would be taxed. Also, it was also created so that the IRS could say, oh, okay, I don't have to get the money right now up front, but I'm gonna get it later on. So they're in anticipation of getting their money in the future, and they intend on getting their money in the future. Trust and believe that. Okay, that is a vast contract, and of course, remember the tax rates for the 401k are much higher than in regular pensions. People don't realize that. Okay, but even pensions are at risk too as well. Okay, even pensions, because here's the thing, a pension can go belly up if the company does. How many companies have we seen gone belly up and completely be dissipated? On top of that, what if a venture capital company comes in, takes over a corporation, a company, and then guts the pension plan completely, which is a lot of equity? So venture capitalist companies, they come into and take over companies for one thing, for the equity, so that they can gut it. They can also give it to the shareholders and then gut it for as much equity and borrow as much money off of the business as possible. And then when the loans can no longer be paid back, the company goes bankrupt. This is what happened with Toys R Us, guys. This is what happened with Circuit City. This is what happened with Best Buy. This is what happened with a lot of companies. And people don't realize this. And this is what's happening right now with whole hospital systems. And people don't realize this. Nurses are at risk. Okay? Your pensions are not safe. Your 401ks are not safe. Now, here's the interesting part about talking about this in Black History Month. Corporations have literally infiltrated our government to the point where they have been bought and paid, to the point where we as working class citizens are screwed over. We are not being taken seriously at all. It is all for the elites. And it's essentially fascism. That's what it is. Fascism is the marriage between government and corporations. That's what it is. And so it's a deep topic. It should certainly be studied, but look into history. History tends to, like Mark Twain said, history, time changes, but history changes, but it always stays the same as the same time. Even though history changes and time changes, but history and human behavior always remains the same and continues to repeat the same cycles over and over again. And it's happened before and it's happening now, but it's happening on an experimental level to where the United States, who hasn't really been that, if you look at the age of the United States, it hasn't been that old. You're talking about this 4th of July would be what, 200 and something years old, 40 something years old?
That's new.
Very, very new. Compared to the Chinese civilization, which has been around for up to 3,000 years, the Indian civilization, which has been around for about 2,000 years, even Russian civilization has been around for at least 1,500 years, and we ain't even talking about Africa, okay? They're the cradle, right? You're talking about over 10,000 years. And then you have Europe. Europe what? Europe who? There would be no Europe if it wasn't for the Moors of Africa, okay? Let's be clear about that. But we ain't going there today. Today we talk about the 401k.
So,
but this is
in essence, we did them a favor.
This is Black History Month, so we're going to take it there. But here's the thing. Because we are such a young country and we are experimenting with this huge experiment called capitalism, this is one big experiment that is literally set up to collapse upon itself. That's essentially the point. So do you want to be part of that collapse? Or do you want to protect yourself from that collapse? Because right now, with these tariffs and what this government is currently doing, you will feel the repercussions of these tariffs that are being implemented right now against Mexico, against Canada, against Europe, against China. You're going to feel the impact of inflation. You're going to feel the impact against this excessive taxation that you will feel working. You're just minding your business, working every single day. And yet external forces are putting pressure on your retirement savings. They're putting pressure on your pensions and your 401k. You might wake up one day and completely be wiped out because your retirement is at risk in these markets. Why? Because they're playing games. They're playing stupid games. And guess what? Unfortunately, when they play stupid games, we end up winning the stupid prize.
Right.
While they get to run off in the sunset with everything. Because, they didn't dare risk their money in these markets. They don't have 401ks, do they? They don't have pensions, do they? No, they don't. They have the vehicles that we teach you guys what to put your money into. They go into IULs. They go into annuities. They make sure protect their funds, but they're not getting what they're shoveling to you every single damn minute.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? On top of that, this country was set up to benefit corporations. They took away, at the same time, taking away rights from newly Black freed slaves. They gave the same rights to corporations in this country. The United States is the only country in the world in which labels a corporation a person. We are the only country in the world that labels a corporation as a person. Let's be clear about that. Which is why corporations can act like psychopaths against citizens like us and get away with all kinds of stuff. So listen, and mind you, there's a number documentaries I would like to point out just to prove this to you. There's one called The Corporation. You can watch it for free on YouTube. There's another one called The Pension Deception. No, Retirement Deception. Fascinating. That came out in 2023. The Retirement Deception. Please watch that documentary. You can watch it. You can just Google it and you can watch it. Matter of fact, PBS did a fantastic documentary on the retirement, on the 401k. Please look out for that retirement documentary. It is fascinating. It really documents what happened back in 2008. So basically, history was repeating itself. You do not want to be caught up in the rapture of this farce of a system that is literally experimenting on your future. They're experimenting playing stupid games and you end up winning the stupid prize. Please don't set yourself up that way. Talk to me, talk to Vanessa, make an appointment today so that we can assess what your retirement needs are, how much you really truly need for retirement, and what vehicles we can put you in to protect you from third-party risk, market loss, and future taxation.
Listen, hello, Syndustries. Thank you for being here. Look, we shout out. You understand? That's what we do. We shout out. So hi, Syndustries. Oh, but okay, girl, look, sis. Everything you said just made me stop in my tracks because I'm gonna be a grandma.
That's right. Congratulations. That's right. And by the way, happy birthday to Jonathan, your baby boy. Happy birthday.
No, I'm gonna be a grandma, and I'm like, ooh, I gotta get into this, right? Because not only now I have to, I'm not worried about anything, but I have to work on my retirement.
Yeah.
As well as the oncoming onboarding onto this planet. Little baby decided, he was like, I think I want you to be my grandma. So, they got this little tiny thing. Now it's depending on me. Like, for people who are my age. So, and I'm a happy 52, but I would really like to know what it is, because we're coming up on Generation X. We're coming up on retirement too.
Oh yeah.
So, and those years are just going to flash by.
Ooh, yeah.
What can you tell someone who's also a nurse or who's been a professional their whole entire lives doing one thing, and they're like, oh, I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm like, girl, maybe there's something else you can do. But let's talk to those new grandparents or those new people who are, they're inching on retirement. But what I've read is that there's a lot of people who don't feel as if they have enough in their retirement.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, well, wait a minute. What does that mean for the future? Can you just speak on that for a little bit?
Yeah, great question. Listen, there's so much anxiety going on out there. I mean, I'm in New York. You already know when you come to New York, you can feel the tension, feel the anxiety.
Yeah.
Expenses continue to go up, the cost of living, the quality of life, of course, gets compromised. And as you get older, you can't live the way you used to or the way you thought you will be able to when you get to your 55, 60, 65. That's a concern.
Right.
You don't want to end up, you don't want to end up poor. You don't want to end up, in some economic turmoil when you get older. Life is supposed to get easier as you get older. You're not supposed to be worrying more so. You're not supposed to be anxious when you get to these ages. So if you are not 65 yet, if you are not 55 yet, if you are just 50, 52, it is not too late to plan out right now. Now, if you feel like you have not worked towards your retirement goals, it's time to elevate your income potential. Okay? You have to elevate that. You are not just your occupation. I keep saying that every single time we do these lives. You are much more than your occupation. You should definitely consider branching out of your occupation and doing something that's remote, that you can do at the comfort of your own home, that's flexible, and something in which, yes, requires a license, yes, requires you to be compliant. But of course, as nurses, you already do that anyway for nursing. You could do that for life insurance. And guess what? It's remote, it's international. And because we work for GFI, we get to work out of, get to grow our brokerage in Mexico, Canada, and 30 other countries, because we are branching out and we are an international company with innovative technology that allows us to service more clients and more efficient than any other IMO, any other company out there. And the carriers know this. That's why 30,000 agents have come on to GFI within the past 10 months.
30,000.
30,000. It is phenomenal. We are the fastest growing financial services firm in the world. No one else comes close. And that's why everyone is clamoring for our CEO, Eric Olson, because he is really a visionary and he knows what he's doing. He sees it. He sees it before everyone else can see it.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is because we have this platform, because we have this company, because we have the leadership that we have, you actually have an opportunity as a nurse to pick up a side hustle, but it's not so much a side hustle. It's really a business to build internationally, something that you can own for yourself. You can pass down to your children, a true legacy. And remember, every single policy that you write with GFI, you get paid residual income every single year the policy renews. That is something I didn't know. If I had known this, I would have gotten to life insurance a long time ago. But
Listen,
once you know better, you do better.
right.
That's all. So now that you know, jump on in. And remember, it's much easier to get your license now than ever before because we have the learning platform of a lifetime. For visual learners, all you got to do is watch the video. It's 10 to 15 minutes long per chapter, and you do the questions for each chapter. Score 90% or above in order to move on to the next chapter. And if you do 800 practice questions, that's all. For nursing, we were required to do what? At least 3,000, 6,000? All you got to do is 800 practice questions, and you can pass the first time. Excuse me? And you can do it within a week. You don't have to wait a few months and have to sit down and study and, remember all that. And I know a lot of you have been out of school for a long time. I was too. But this learning platform that we have is excellent. And you can study and get your license. And of course, we will make sure that you are regulation compliant with your state that you're in. But you can get licensed in multiple states, just like in nursing, where you can apply for licenses in multiple states. You could do that with life insurance. And we will put you on the path to where not only will you have the tools, you'll be equipped, but you have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to educate your clients.
There you go.
And we will help you build that foundation. So don't be scared because it's something new. Be excited at the fact that, yes, I might be learning a new skill, but it's a skill that you can adapt and apply to anything and anywhere. And once you adapt these skills, man, you can really, truly call yourself a business owner, honestly. And you will get the respect that you deserve finally, because you're not getting that respect on the floor, are you? You're not getting that respect from your patients, are you? Your managers? No. And every single minute they want to cut down your pay. What if you can own and control your own pay and determine how much you want to make? There you go. Life insurance. Come aboard. Make an appointment today.
I thought I had something to say, but I guess I don't. Like, she said it all. Like, Miss Camille Scott Wiles took the words out of my mouth. Listen.
I didn't mean to.
I'll let it go this time. But no. but seriously, this woman knows what she's talking about. I'm trying to get everybody on to do this because it's so important. And you'll talk about insurance. I had a classmate, and she was having a baby at the time. I'm sorry, she wasn't having the baby, but she had a grandchild. So she sent me some something. What is that called? A registry?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
a baby registry.
Yeah, baby registry. But I'm like, girl. I'm like, okay, that's congratulations. That's great. But, my thing is this. I want to give you the present of a lifetime that you will have for your children's children. So now that you're about to become a grandmother, I told her, I was like, it's time, right?
Yeah.
And we set up an appointment. She didn't show up, here's the thing. Insurance is something that people think about. But when it comes to the reality of paying for something, it's like, no, I don't want to get your grandchild some diapers. Let's make it to where this child has gold diapers by the time they're 15. You know what I mean? So because I didn't go into the registry I guess, or something, I'm thinking it has something to do with her commitment to me and saying, look, I need insurance. Oh, she told me the day before, she's like, oh, I've been looking for insurance. And I'm like, well, here it is. And put right there. But she was like, no, because people don't want to, I believe that there's a fear of the future. Or like, what is insurance? I don't know what that is. So because they're like, oh, I don't know what this is, they're like, well, I don't want to deal with it right now. It's not something I want to deal with. speak to those people that
Oh
want to
yeah.
procrastinate and put up, and then after this, sister, look, I'm playing your
You know
music.
what the irony? You know what the irony of that is? Where people put up registries and whatnot, it's literally another form of GoFundMe.
Right.
That's basically what it is. And what happens when people have to set up GoFundMe is because they were not financially secure enough to secure the items or the things that they need. And most of the time when they set up a GoFundMe is because something happens, or something's tight,
Uh-huh.
and they need something to fund. Now, of course, registry is, gift giving,
Right.
yes, but it's pretty much the same thing.
It
Life
is.
insurance should not be thought of when it's towards the end, when you're really desperate and you really need it. You should be doing it right now, especially if you're becoming a grandmother. You want to get $1 million baby policy. We have something like that where we can literally ensure that your grandchild or your child will be a millionaire by the time they're in their 20s. I mean, what kind of gift? That is a wonderful. As a matter of fact, I literally wrote policies for an entire family for Christmas. She wanted Christmas gifts for all of her children, and one of them was 11-year-old boy, and he was
Oh,
like, "Listen, I want to do an IUL for him," and it was affordable monthly. One of the most affordable monthly payments I've ever seen, and he's gonna
oh.
be a multi-millionaire by the
Isn't
time he's 20 in his
that
20s.
something?
I
But
mean,
what?
incredible.
That is incredible. And a lot of people don't know about this
They
at
don't
all.
know.
They don't know.
Yeah, it's a
And
tragedy, really.
it
And
is a real tragedy.
people who look like us need to know about this stuff. It's us, because we're the ones that's we're always the ones affected. We're always
Right.
the last ones to find out, but the first ones to be affected. And
Uh-huh. Baby.
we're the first ones to catch the bullet, the first ones to get ejected, the first ones. Aren't you tired? Aren't you
I
tired?
know. Listen, I can't even talk. No, but seriously, that's the
Yeah.
truth. Because and then when you talk to people about it, then they're like, "Oh, that sounds scary." Like,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, I mean, I know that people are really geared towards their own journey and everything. I get it. But then when it comes down to burial insurance, when it comes to final expenses, things like that, people don't like to talk about it.
Right.
But if, in the words of my illustrious mentor, Camille Scott Wiles, it's necessity
Mm-hmm.
to think about it, and not just to think about it, but to do it now so that you can be prepared
Yes.
for what you don't know. We don't know what's going to happen in the
Right.
future.
Right.
Nobody knows, like, okay, well, am I going to need long-term care? Am I going to need this? Am I going to need that? What's going to happen to my family if something happens to me?
Right.
So
Exactly.
that is what we're here for. That is why we're here. We're here to save families. We're not only here to save families, but we're also here to serve nurses too.
Absolutely.
That we want to be the top recruiters of nurses across the country.
Absolutely.
That
Absolutely.
is
Because we
what
deserve it.
we deserve.
Yeah, absolutely. Nurses deserve this.
Oh
They
my
they work
gosh,
way
they
too
do.
hard.
They work
Absolutely.
too hard. Making whatever, even if it's $100 an hour,
Yeah,
it's not
it's
enough.
not
It
enough. It's never enough, to be honest
never
with you.
enough. Never
And you
enough for
and
what
and
nurse?
you're getting that, and what are you sacrificing in return? That's really the truth. And I wanted to mention this one thing. Nurses have a superpower.
Yeah,
We have a superpower of ethics and integrity. The vast majority of us, I mentioned before, we're the most honorable profession.
yeah,
All you got to do is Google it. Nursing is the most honorable profession, and for a reason,
right,
a good reason.
right,
We all know this, especially if you're a nurse, and you can't really be in this profession if you don't love people and you don't want to nurture people, you don't want to help
right,
people. So nurses, to transition from nursing to life insurance, is healthcare to wealthcare. We can do it because we have those qualities, we have those abilities, but we have a special superpower. It's that same superpower that puts us in position to be successful in anything that we do, period. And on top of that, the Lord is guiding our hands every single time. And just as the Lord guides your hands to save a life, the Lord is going to guide your hands and your mind with that knowledge, and equip you with that knowledge to bring the right people in your life at the right time to give you that right guidance so that you can help families, whole families. Wouldn't it
right.
be nice, instead of just saving or helping one patient at a time, whether it's medication or even administering CPR, Wouldn't it be nice to help an entire family so that when the patriarch is gone, passed away, we have a policy in place? I can call him and say, hey, I know your husband just passed, but guess what? He had a policy of such and such. You don't have to worry about the mortgage. It's going to be covered. You don't have to worry about your kids' educations. It's going to be taken care of. You don't have to worry about the burial. It's covered. It's a relief. Our superpower is relieving the worry from families, knowing that we're there to take care of them. So why don't we use that superpower towards life insurance, towards financial services, in which we can actually help people secure their retirement so that we can give them a worry-free retirement. Do not retire by default. Retire by design. That's what we ensure today. That's what we're trying to put out today. Absolutely. We're going to use our superpower. And as beautiful Black people for Black History Month, we have that superpower. We are innovators. We are finding, and this is the type of month that everybody finds out what Black people invented. We started this, we made that, we created that. Well, let's be the inventor, and let's be the history maker for our own family. Let's set the trend. Let's set the trend. Let's be our own Black history in our family. Let's be the one in which our grandchildren and great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren remembers. Because they don't remember our great-great-grandmother who was poor. No, they're not going to remember that. They're going to remember the great-great-grandmother and grandfather who left back so-and-so, and then this big house and everything. They're going to remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? Poverty leaves no honor. Poverty leaves no honor. Right. It leaves bruises. It leaves cuts. It leaves blood, sweat, and tears. But it leaves no honor. So let's be honored. Let's give honor back to our families and secure and be worry-free for once.
Right.
Because we're all too worried. Wow. But if we can be properly prepared, we can alleviate that.
Sis, look, you done did a whole half hour and 37 minutes, girl. Listen, seven is my favorite number, but Lord, this sister had a testimony. Look, she told y'all. So in all honesty, give us a call. Give us a call today. You can set up an appointment. The Calendly link is in the bio. It's connected to Emerald Diamond Advisors. We're here for you guys. Thank you for watching our content. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Happy Black History 360. Mm-hmm. Because one little short month ain't gonna do it, girl. Nope. But I'm just happy that my mentor, Camille Scott Wiles, is here today. We'll be here tomorrow. Yes. I think we need a part 2 on that 401k. Oh yeah. I think we need to do it tomorrow. Every single day that we're doing it, we're gonna bring a little bit more gems coming in. So nobody's gonna miss. We don't miss. Yeah, no. Girl, now thank you for everybody who joined us. Thank you if you're here in spirit. Thank you if you're here personally. Thank you for just hearing our vibrations. Yes. And I hope that there were positive vibrations for me and this sister. I am the clone of, I am the mentor. This woman is my mentor. I hope to be her clone one day because she's going to meet better heights, higher heights. And while she's up there, I'll be right down there looking at her. You'll be right up there with me. If this has been a mind-breaking, altering experience for you, don't forget to follow us. We have one follow, which is wonderful. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. But we have more to go, more information, more fun, more love to give to you, more positive vibrations. We've been here it's now 4:39. We've been over for 9 minutes, but like I said, we're going to do this again. Yes. See you tomorrow at 4 o'clock with me, Vanessa Ratcliff, as the host, and my lovely mentor, Camille Scott Wiles. And with that, darling, we'll put on some more. Yes. Let's celebrate life. No matter what color you prosperous to be, you're not lucky enough to be Black. I'm sorry. But nevertheless, we're here to make your life easy, not hard. As you get older, we're supposed to be living a life. That's right. But if you're not, we're here for you to tell you how to do it. Thanks to you And thank you to my mentor, Kamir Scott Wild. Let's get it. I'll see you in the fast. Yay!
Thank you, Vanessa.
Goodbye,
Bye.
darling. Thank